In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I think Nutrisystem is the best weight loss meal provider in 2021 to help you create healthy habits and kickstart your weight loss journey. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Catherine. If you're new here, I'm so glad you joined me today. On this channel, I cover an array of topics from mental to physical health and everything in between. I do product and program reviews, and I also just provide encouragement wherever I can. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I just want to invite you to go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and click that little subscribe button and then you're in. So let's go ahead and start talking about why I think Nutrisystem is the best weight loss meal program. And if you're here today trying to find information about Nutrisystem because you're thinking of doing the program or you haven't started the plan yet and you want to save some money, I'm going to put a link for 50% off Nutrisystem in the description below, so be sure to check that out at the end of the video. So if you're new here and you haven't been following along on my journey, I just want to kind of catch you up a little bit. I started doing Nutrisystem last April and I did it for 3 months and I just vlogged my journey, and in that I was able to lose quite a bit of weight and learn some really great things. So I thought I would kind of go back and start sharing a little bit of what I learned before, and maybe this will help you along the way if you're choosing to do Nutrisystem as well. I'm doing a series of Nutrisystem videos right now in the month of January and February. I'm just going to be touching on different topics that people have asked me to and share with you my experience. So that is what I'm here to do. So when I started Nutrisystem, I did it for a couple of different reasons, and these are the reasons why I think it's the best weight loss meal program. After Nutrisystem, I did several other things that were great, but this one really ultimately was the best one I did the entire year last year. And I did do several others. You guys can go back and see those other videos and kind of figure out what else I've done. And this program was one of the ones that worked the best for me. There was actually 2 that worked amazing for me last year. I did a video for you guys on a product called Slenderize. I'm going to link that right here. That one is the one that was as close to Nutrisystem that I did as far as success rate, and really it was pretty easy after I figured it all out and stuff. Nutrisystem is done for you weight loss. So what I mean by that is it's super convenient and it takes all the guesswork out for you. That was the #1 reason I chose Nutrisystem, because I needed to take myself out of the equation. What I was doing before wasn't working. I was gaining weight, and then when I wasn't gaining weight, I was barely losing weight, just trying things here and there. I looked at it like riding a bike. When you first start riding a bike, you don't just jump on a 10 speed and take off down the road. You need to start on a bike with some training wheels and somebody holding on to you still and making sure that you're not going to fall over. That's where I was. I was definitely in the training wheels phase of trying to figure out how to lose weight. There's so many programs out there to lose weight. It was kind of hard for me to decide which way to go and how to do it, that I didn't do anything at all. I have what I call analysis paralysis. I just saw everything all at once and was like, forget it, I'm eating Doritos. So honestly, that's where I was. I had to start at the beginner level. I had to start with the basics. And Nutrisystem taught me some really important, valuable things so that I could eventually get on the 10 speed and ride for myself without anybody keeping me from falling down. So Nutrisystem helped me to create healthy habits that would continue after the weight loss program was over. So let's talk about the healthy habits that Nutrisystem helped me create that have helped me to continue to lose weight. One of the habits that it helped me to create was drinking more water. I like water. I don't have an issue with it. I don't know why I just didn't drink it. I didn't drink hardly any. I would drink a lot of coffee and I would drink some water, but it really wasn't until my body was screaming at me that I needed water that I would go get some water. And so with Nutrisystem, they really recommend that you drink 64 ounces of water a day at minimum. And that's a lot of water. But to be honest, for weight loss, you really need half of your body weight in ounces of water a day. So I truly needed about 80 ounces of water a day. So the easiest way for me to do this, to create this habit, was to get a cup of some sort. This is my cup. I kind of carry this thing with me everywhere because I know this is 25 ounces of water, and I know I could drink 4 of these a day, and I'm getting more than enough of the water I need in the day. I had to have easy math. I didn't want to have a 24-ounce water bottle because then I'd have to be wait a minute, how many do I need? Anyways, 25 was easy. I just chose a 25 ounce. You guys can do what you want, but that was a great way for me to calculate how much water I was getting. Because I kind of get bored with water, I really like to add lemon and Truvia to my water, and it's just lemonade. It just makes it easier for me to drink, and I end up drinking a whole lot more water that way because it tastes good and I'm kind of craving it. Once your body gets used to you giving it the stuff that it needs, it's going to be craving it more. And once you learn to listen to your body's cues, you'll be giving your body what it needs right away, and there will be just this evening out like of everything. I was struggling with that. I ignored my body. I didn't do what it asked me to do, and I had to learn to love myself a little bit better, and part of that is taking care of myself and listening to what my body really needs, and that was water. Another really healthy habit that it helped me create, and this one is so big, you guys, is eating every 2 to 3 hours. Nutrisystem teaches you to eat every 2 to 3 hours because it speeds your metabolism, and it also keeps you from starving, so that when you are eating, you're not feeling ravenous like you have to eat everything. I have experienced, oh my goodness, the craziest amount of difference in my body from just eating every 2 to 3 hours. I notice when I'm not doing it how much more I want to eat when it's time to sit down and eat. And I'm going to share with you guys a little story in my next video that isn't so fun, but I'm going to save it for that. And it has to do with this every 2 to 3 hour thing, because it's really seriously that big of a deal that we do it. And when we're not, it's crazy what happens. So I'm just going to share with you what happened when I didn't for like the last 21 days. So it's not been the best for me, but I'm going to share with you guys the lesson I learned from it at least. So in Nutrisystem, I also learned that I needed to eat food that was going to fuel my body, not just fill my body. So Nutrisystem teaches not just to eat every 2 to 3 hours, but what you're eating matters. So Nutrisystem says you should eat 4 servings of vegetables every day. I was not eating one half of the time, like more than half the time. I wasn't even eating 1 serving of vegetables. And if it was a serving of vegetables, it wasn't the best kind of vegetables I could choose. And I don't know why, again, it's not because I don't like vegetables, it's just because it wasn't my habit. So Nutrisystem helped me to create the healthy habit of eating vegetables regularly. And you're allowed to have a lot of vegetables on the program. So that was really helpful for me to kind of pick the ones that I knew I liked and go with those until I felt comfortable adding in new ones. And I'm going to share you guys what I eat in a day and what I eat in a week coming up pretty soon on Nutrisystem, so you guys can see how I beef up my meals and how I make sure to use veggies to keep me full as well. But fueling my body with the good food like the vegetables and the smart carbs and the power fuels is really helpful because those last longer in my body. The food that you use to fuel your body gives you energy, it sustains you, it keeps you from being starving and just filling up on empty calories, and helps you get from one checkpoint to the other when it comes to eating. Where before I was filling it with empty calories and then it would just be in and out really quickly, and I would just feel like I was always hungry. Learning to fuel my body versus filling my body was definitely a huge benefit to being on Nutrisystem. Okay, so another really important thing that Nutrisystem taught me that I definitely will forever value is a really important thing to me. It really helped me overcome my desire to run to food for comfort. I really didn't realize how much of an emotional eater I was until I started doing Nutrisystem, because when I chose to do the program, I said, okay, I'm going to do this 100% and I will not divert from the program, because if I put myself in the equation and started tweaking it here and doing this there, then I couldn't actually say it did or didn't work for me. And I was just determined not to spend that kind of money and not have it work. So I was going to do exactly what they said, so that if it didn't work, I could blame them, right? Not me. So in doing that, I couldn't run to the foods that I would go to before for comfort because I needed to stick to the program. So I didn't necessarily realize I needed to do that until I started feeling like I really could use some ice cream right now. I really want those chips so bad. I'm so stressed out. I just want to eat those chips. And not being able to do that, it gave me a realization, like opened my eyes to the fact that I was an emotional eater, where I really didn't think I was before. And I had to learn to go to other things for comfort when I was stressed out, when I was sad, when I was lonely, especially during the coronavirus like quarantine, because that's when I did it, when everything was shut down. And there was high anxiety everywhere and stress everywhere. And it was just horrible. I had to learn to find different ways to comfort myself. And so I chose really productive things that were healthy. And that was one of the #1 habits that I'm so glad I was able to create using Nutrisystem. And the last healthy habit that I'm super grateful for is it helped me to learn proper portion sizes. I really didn't realize how much food I was eating before I started Nutrisystem, because when I first got my Nutrisystem kit, you guys can see my first week right here, and I'll link it in the description below, but I did not realize how much food I was eating until I got that kit and I saw, oh my goodness, there is not enough food in here. I'm gonna starve. So with Nutrisystem, I learned I'm not gonna starve eating less. I'm actually going to thrive eating less. That is a huge benefit. So Nutrisystem offers several different plans that you can choose from. And I did an entire video for you guys breaking all of those plans down. You guys can watch that right here if you're interested in finding out more about those plans. I chose the Uniquely Yours Ultimate Ultimate, which is like the big package that you can get. I chose that one because I needed to take myself out of the picture, so I didn't need any wiggle room to mess anything up. The other two plans that I could have chose came with 5 days worth of food versus 7. So I chose the 7-day plan where I got all of my food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, so I didn't have to think about anything except for my power fuels and my smart carbs. So I did it for the convenience. I did it so that it would help me to create healthy habits where I didn't have to think about the extra stuff, like what should I eat for Saturday and Sunday. I was so afraid I was going to be a weekend warrior where I would just do so good all week and then the weekend I wouldn't do well because I wasn't ready to ride the 10 speed yet, like I told you guys earlier, and I would have just eaten all the junk and not figured out how to count calories or how to choose the best meal when I went out to eat because I wasn't there yet. Like I really had to overcome a lot of mental hurdles to get to the point where I knew that I could choose the right kind of foods for me without any help. And I did get there, you guys. I did. It just took me a little while. Like they say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. I think it takes a little bit longer for me. I'm just a little stubborn and I need to be doing something just a little bit longer to really make it a habit. I did Nutrisystem for 3 months and I lost quite a bit of weight. You guys can watch my entire journey, see my before and after pictures and all the things if you go back and check out all my videos and, just see where I've come, how much weight I've already lost, but I'm still on a journey to lose more. I still need to lose probably a solid 30 pounds. The number fluctuates a little bit. I'll lose a little and then I'll be like, yeah, I only have 20 something to go, and then I'll gain 5 pounds and I'll have to lose that again. So it's just kind of a thing. I recognize that weight loss, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. It takes time and I'm okay with that. Like I have to give myself grace. The very last reason, in my opinion, that I think Nutrisystem is so beneficial is they have weight loss coaches. You guys can reach out and communicate with them at any time. They're available to you whether you buy just a box for the 5-day kit or you buy the subscription plans. Using your weight loss coach with Nutrisystem is incredibly helpful because they will just walk you through, like, what are you doing now? What could you be doing better? Let's figure out how to change whatever needs to be changed, or maybe give you tips about how not to get off track when you're on vacation, or how you can go out to restaurants and eat and still stay on track. Like they can help you with all of those things. So utilizing a coach or somebody that can keep you accountable in some way is a really beneficial thing, and you get that when you use Nutrisystem. And if you're interested in an accountability coach outside of that, just reach out to me and we can talk about your goals. And if you guys are interested in trying Nutrisystem, don't forget, I'm going to put a link in the description below for a code for you to use to get 50% off your orders through Nutrisystem and see if they are the best weight loss meal program for you as well. So if you guys found this video helpful today, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a little comment below saying that you liked it. I would appreciate that, and I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button and share this video with your friends. I would really appreciate that as well. So until next week,